Monday, January 12th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here along with you. Let's begin with a look at the Greensboro tower camera this morning. And certainly a wet start to the day for many in the region. I'll show you the radar in just a second. There's your temperatures across the region. Pretty big spread out there, anywhere from 61 degrees in Myrtle Beach to 36 in Greensboro and 37 in Charlotte, 38 in Raleigh. And pretty complex little surface map today. One area of low pressure lifting up through the eastern Carolinas, another one waiting in the lower Mississippi Valley, and then that big sprawling area of high pressure back in the Plains State. That's going to give us a pretty pronounced cold air damming setup as we get into tomorrow and Wednesday. Now, there's the broad perspective on the radar over the past couple of hours. You have a lot of shower activity, a few embedded flashes of lightning there through the lower Mississippi Valley. Up into the Midwest and the Northeast, that's where you have some wintry precip, and even down into parts of South Carolina, there's been a few recent flashes of lightning during the 5 a.m. hour between Columbia and Florence. Now, we've been watching the temperatures there through the northern foothills, and it's close to freezing here through parts of the higher elevations in Wilkes, Surry, and Allegheny County, but most spots slightly above freezing. You have some really just heavy rain through parts of the Triad and Triangle regions, and at times some of that heavy rain has been down here through parts of the Charlotte metro as well. Just a wet morning out there, and we will have intervals of rain here as our Monday unfolds and that low pressure area slowly slides through. Rain totals combining what has already occurred with what is yet to fall, pretty generous. In fact, you see some areas near the coast might see 2 inches, some Piedmont spots up over 1 inch of rain. And temperatures on the cool side of the Piedmont zones pretty mild along the coast today. A lot of 40s there for the I-85 corridor. And then we get into tomorrow. There's your high pressure over the Great Lakes in the northeast, wedging down the eastern side of the mountain. So a lot of us will have steady or falling temperatures in the Piedmont and the foothills as our Tuesday unfolds. And then eventually by Tuesday, tomorrow evening and overnight, temperatures drop below freezing. And as a little bit of lift continues to occur up and over that wedge, that's when we could see a little period of some light freezing rain or freezing drizzle in some spots. Now let me show you the temperature profile here in terms of surface temperatures on the RPM modeling. This is 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. And then notice temperatures steady or falling through the day. This is 5 p.m. temperatures. And then temps continue to drop. 7 o'clock Wednesday morning, 27 in Greensboro, 29 in Raleigh, 31 in Greenville, Spartanburg, and Charlotte. And so you're looking at that point in time, any light precip that's occurring in this area would be in the form, most likely, of some light freezing rain, although the temperature, the column profile is such that when you get here into the northern foothills areas and even the northernmost Piedmont, it could even be a little bit of sleet involved as well. And then temperatures gradually warm above freezing on Wednesday. Now this is what the NAM computer model is printing out for ice accumulation. Certainly not a huge ice storm by any stretch of the imagination, but what I think we're looking at is, assuming this drizzle does materialize, you could certainly have a few icy spots on some area roadways developing in the Triad and the Triangle regions overnight Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, and we'll see if any of that scenario develops down toward the Charlotte metro or maybe the upstate of South Carolina as well. A couple high-resolution charts. This is the 4-kilometer NAM, valid 4 a.m. Wednesday, and it's actually giving a pretty good little burst of some heavier icing there for a brief period of time over toward eastern North Carolina, focusing on the Charlotte and the Greensboro areas. Again, where you have the area of heaviest precip matchup with the temperatures just below freezing, that's where you could see a little burst of some moderate freezing rain for a period of time. But this does, again, let me stress, this does not look like an ice storm, but this does look like a scenario where we could see a little bit of light icing on some elevated surfaces tomorrow night into Wednesday morning. Finally, there's the Canadian model solution tomorrow night as well. So we'll keep refining this forecast. Moisture at the moment looks relatively limited, but in that scenario, it doesn't take a ton of moisture to cause some slick driving conditions tomorrow night into Wednesday morning in some spots, and we'll keep a watch on it. All right, that is it for today's edition of the video. Everybody have a wonderful day, and God bless.